Well, hey kids, welcome to another episode of Rim Shots with Sean. We have the lovely, the talented Bea Arthur. We're here at Alderney Landing. We're going to talk about our Alderney Landing quite a bit over the next couple minutes. But what we want to talk about, do you have the front thing here? We want to talk about a special event. You know it, you love it, Rock to Harbor. So we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Honeymoon Suite and Titan, Halifax's, Dartmouth's, Eastern Shore's favorite. Saturday we have Big Sugar Sass, Jordan Men Without Hats, Michelle Ryder. We have Sunday Trooper, Streetheart, Northern Pikes. That's an awful lot in one weekend.
That's an awesome lineup.
It's fantastic, and this is the third one.
Yeah, third year.
Third year, second year that Alderney Landing is doing it.
That's right.
Right. So obviously, first question I'll throw out there. So it was a hit. So you're bringing it back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's lots of Canadian rock bands that we can keep rolling with us, and the fans loved it.
Well, what I want to talk about really quickly first is the venue itself, because you come down here. So I missed the first year I was away. The venue itself is amazing. I mean, it's got a festival kind of vibe to it, right? Huge stage, overlooks the water. I mean, you know, even if you get bad weather, it's still pretty cool. Just talk about the venue for a couple seconds.
So every artist that comes loves performing here, because you can see everybody in the audience. You're looking over the water, the sun's setting, and the crowd is really engaged. It's a low-key vibe. You know, we had so many compliments afterwards where people just felt so part of a community, real feel like in people singing and dancing. And I do think having your own chair, so you have your own piece of real estate.
Absolutely.
Makes a
and
difference.
not a bad seat in the house when you come here.
Exactly.
That's the thing that I found.
Yeah, the height of the stage is perfect.
Amazing.
And the sound, Tortec East, you can't do any better.
Well, and I'm going to sound like a bit of a homer, but I'm going to sound like a bit of a homer because I saw one incident last year where it was even remotely close to somebody being thrown out, and it was a misunderstanding. Everybody behaved. Security was top notch. It was a good time. You know, we even had a little bit of is Nathers going to get here? And they got here, right?
That was fun.
It was fun, right? And kind of white knuckle on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
So with an event like this, and I've been doing some promotion for downtown Dartmouth, which I think is very cool.
Yes.
But this thing has an impact. I just want to read a couple of bullet points here. Maybe you can elaborate.
Yeah.
So success fuels Alderney Landing's ability to host free community year-round events. So signature free community events, the water or the Fire Water Cultural Festival, which I've actually had a hand in because I helped with some designs there one time. The Kiwanis Mother Goose Festival, Alderney Landing's Christmas Kind Market, Alderney Landing's Blue Nose Ghost Festival, which is a super cool one of mine, and then the Farmers Market takes place all the time. So talk a little bit about what all this kind of does.
So Alderney produces 700 events a year.
Wow.
We're only 20% government funded, and we need to be able to have programming that people want to pay for, that then can subsidize the rest of the free programming, like the Mother Goose Festival. That's amazing. It's Babes in Arms to 8 years old, and we get 8,000 people to that. The Chris Kindle Market, 25,000 people over the weekend. The Blue Nose Ghost, certain parts of it are free, like the folklore part, and it's Mike and Randy do an amazing job.
East Coast Skiers, I got to give my friends a shout out because I see those guys. We talked about this last year, but I mean, they totally start setting it up over the next couple of months.
100%, and we start thinking about it the day after.
Right, and I've seen it now. I've seen those guys. I've even helped them a little bit the last couple of years, but the amount of work they do is incredible.
Yeah,
and
it really is.
What a fun event, because it's like for literally 3 weeks, the month of October.
Yep.
It's bustling down here.
Absolutely.
Do you guys do any market studies about what events like this actually mean to downtown Harbor?
Yeah, so Alderney Landing, for the 700 events that we produce that attract a little over 400,000 people throughout the entire year to the Theatre Market Gallery and the outdoor events, we had an economist come in and look at the direct economic impact. That is ticket sales. It is revenue derived for all of our local farmers, artists, artisans, which is what we do. It's all about promoting and putting money in the hands of local people. It's $73 million a year net that's direct. And then when you look at the spin-off effects of all the volunteers that we have, or volunteer board of directors, they're absolutely amazing. And all the volunteers associated in every capacity that we do, 75 million is the total.
And I know a couple of your board of directors, and I saw a couple of your board of directors at Rock to Harbor last year, and they were, I don't think, I mean, I've been on committees and boards, and you hear the planning, and you hear people talking about it, they get a report from you, but they don't really get the full scope of it till they see it.
Yeah.
The feedback, I'm assuming, is always lights out positive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, and the board loves this event, as they do all of the events, because the public resonates with it, right? They're the ones that we're doing this for.
Well, and I happen to know a few people that come into play. A good friend of mine, stage manages the Headpins. They loved the event last year.
Yeah.
We had a chance to go back and hang out with them. Some great bullet points. What makes Rock the Harbor special? So you bring your own chair, like Bea said. That's amazing.
Yeah.
The food trucks, the food, the beverage. I mean, that was amazing last year.
Yeah.
Very reasonably priced. So you don't. It's not like an airport where you get through the gate and the price is double. So that's amazing, and it's always good. Community-run bar. There's a lot of staff there. You don't wait for drinks, and that's a good time. You got Margaret's House, Feeding Others at Dartmouth, the Halifax Progress Club, food trucks, festival eats, and then the event planning, because this is important. This is very important, right? It's not one of these things where you just, we're going to chuck it together over a couple of weeks. So 25 years of expertise, so I know Lori very well.
Yes.
I know her background. I know your team's background. Because I'm part of the event this year more than I normally am, I'm having a lot of interactions. Talk about those folks a little bit.
So Lori Letterow is the production,
Yep.
managing the event aspect, and again, she's had 25 years of experience, and some of the best groups that come into this province and in Canada have her as the production manager. So we're really fortunate to have the type of experience that we do. And Alderney has been managing events, actually with Lori years ago, 123 Events Management. We were working on many events. And then all of the staff, I mean, we've been at this for 25 years. We want people to feel welcome and at ease, and everything runs smoothly.
I may have said this last year, I don't remember, but I mean, Alderney sometimes feels like it's the best kept secret in Dartmouth. I mean, everybody knows about it, everybody knows where it is, the farmer's market, we're here in the theater, the Wooden Monkey, the ferry terminal, but it's almost like this event happens, like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot?
So what we do for different types of events, because, and it is kind of cool to see the crossover, and it's wonderful if people come out to a concert and then they go, you know what, I might want to check out the theater. It's pretty awesome. So, and then some people are the ones that come to the farmer's market every week and they don't venture elsewhere. But, that concert ground is second to none.
I'm glad you brought that up, because the feedback that I heard from a bunch of people was this has got to be used more. I mean, the stage itself elevated. It's probably, 15 feet off the ground. Good sight lines. The sound was amazing. I mean, you would think outdoors sometimes it can be a little hairy, but that was incredible. Again, not a bad seat in the house, even if you were in the very, very back. Some of the feedback that you're getting from people when you...
Oh, absolutely. And so the public was, best run event, amazing staff, amazing service, artists, sound, like everything that you could hope to get as feedback, nothing negative.
Well, let's just go through a couple of fan testimonials, shall we? Chris on Instagram, Rock the Harbor restored my faith in live events. It's a surefire way to make summer rock. I concur. Derek on Facebook, from what I could see, there was nothing but amazing staff and amazing patrons, all in an amazing venue, 100% satisfaction, friendliest rock concert in the world. Mitch on Facebook, a perfect date weekend for those who love a comfortable chair and an access to a cold beer. And I will say, and I will concur, I had brought a couple people last year that were weird in crowds, and they just felt safe. They felt like it was
Their backyard.
It was wide open.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when the seats were in rows and stuff like that, they didn't feel like they were on an economy airline.
No.
They were jammed in there, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but actually, the fire regulations helped us manage that aspect, because quite seriously,
Yep.
we measure everything off.
Yep.
Right to the T of where we need to have everybody, and, so people love having their own place that they can get up and dance, can go to the front of the stage, and they want to listen to that song right up close they can, or, go get a beer or food and know that that's their seat.
So this is the third year that I've been working with you guys in this, and we run our contest. We do our monthly contest. Happy to say we've got over 700 entries for this one. Right, so one lucky winner is going to win a pair of weekend passes. But the uptick and uptake is, so we do some fun stuff, but it's always good. Like we're never begging people to enter the contest, which is cool. In terms of passes, so you can go to rocktoharbor.ca. All your info is there, easy to buy. Follow Rock to Harbor on Facebook and Instagram, easy to find. And encourage listeners to spread the word. That's what we're doing with the contest, and get the word out. You can get that on Barstools and Bandtalk. Anything, from what I hear, the tickets are doing amazingly well.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah. Which is, for this time of year when it is, it's very encouraging, because Halifax, you're not known as a great advance buying ticket place.
No.
And to hear that it's doing well, that's fantastic.
Yeah. It's we really do encourage people to buy in advance.
Yeah.
There are limited numbers, and we will sell out.
Well, and here's the thing, getting through, when we came down, the security's great. They get you through the gates and stuff really quickly. But if you got to stop and buy tickets at the gate, it's only going to impede your progress of getting in quickly. So, get those tickets early.
Yeah,
right?
Get your tickets early.
Because one of the things that a lot of people don't know, you would, because you're in this game, people check up on Halifax and other events, so they'll call you guys and say, hey, how are the advance tickets? How are the sales? So it's important. It doesn't register with people. It's not like, it's 4 months away. Get it out of the way, have it, place it into your cupboard or wherever, and just have it done.
More shows will happen as a result.
And we're seeing that.
Yeah.
We're seeing that, absolutely. A couple of things. So I guess we'll give a couple other little quick plugs here. So we mentioned East Coast Scares, and we mentioned the Ghost Festival and the Farmers Market. What else takes place here?
So the Craig Gallery.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful gallery that we have that shows local artists, and it's booked 2 years out. We have 56 proposals to review tomorrow. Just
wow.
Like we can only accept a small portion of the ones that we receive. People from the visual artists, it's really a great little gallery.
Yeah.
And so you can go buy your bag of potatoes down at the farmer's market, pick out some artwork, and then come up for a 1 o'clock matinee.
Well, and that farmer's market is cool because it's how do I describe it? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like some of your regulars that come here all the time, but when you come, you've got your cast of characters that are here all the time. It's almost like an episode of Seinfeld. Like, there's Jerry, there's Elaine, there's whatever. There's no soup Nazi, so don't worry about that. But it's very cool, and it's a very community-driven, vibey sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
How long has that been going on?
Well, since the day we opened.
Right. So it's
25 years.
Right.
And, the permanent retailers we have are really cool too, like Evans Seafood, where their dad catches the fish and they sell it. They started off with a table in the market, the same with OB's, and Port City Coffee. So it's really great to see, and JoJo's that just opened, waffles, really good waffles. So supporting local, and our Saturday market is the buyer's market, right? And it's a place that you can come down and see your neighbors. Exactly that.
It is, absolutely.
And listen to some acoustic music, and people enjoy that too.
It's actually interesting because every time I come down here, it's almost like when I go to the airport in Toronto, I run into somebody that I haven't seen in years, and it happens here too.
Yeah.
And, people don't realize, I mean, we're a city of, less than 500,000 people.
Yeah.
But you still travel in your circles, and you still don't always see people. So it's a great meeting place.
Well, we get about 4,000 people through there on a Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Talk about the theater a little bit. I have a little bit. My daughter did a few things in here when she was little with the Maritime Dance Academy and stuff, Nutcracker and what have you. What's the capacity in there?
So it's 300 seats.
Yep.
And it can be a complete black box
Yep.
because the seats retract right back into a space this
Yep.
big, really. And you can, you know, we've had things like pro wrestling in there
Yeah.
for theater. And it can be a green room. It can be a whole bunch of different ways. You can have the tables on the floor. So tables for 8 or 10 at, and serve dinners as part of like your dinner theater. So it's really versatile, and the programming that we have is great. So
Yep.
everything from comedy to dance, there's 18 different dance companies that come and perform here.
I saw Mike Savage's, this is how long ago that was, Mike Savage's kickoff for his run for mayor was in that room.
Okay, yeah,
And
that was a fun day.
It was fun. It was just like, man, you know, here's a run for mayor, and you know, you just think it's municipal politics. And
Yeah.
I thought I was at a Bill Clinton rally or something. There's Nancy Reagan and Alexa McDonough was there.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a lot of fun. And again, a big crowd in there. So our last little plug for Rock the Harbor, we got to go. We want to keep this short. We want to keep your attention span because people's attention spans
Yes.
are sometimes very, very lame. It's what it is. I'm going to give you, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds to tell people why they need to go to Rock the Harbor.
Because you will have the best time. You'll remember songs, you'll dance, you'll sing, you'll have drinks with your friends, and the vibe is just so chill. So if you want to have a good time, come down to Rock the Harbor.
And I want to give two little plugs because this is super, I think, important because in this day and age, it's really tough for local acts to get into
Yes.
a profile like this. So last year, Razor Boy and Titan were on. Titan's back this year. Michelle Ryder's going to be on. And I think it's really cool that you guys do that because it's hard sometimes for local performers to get out of the bars and get on those stages.
Yeah.
So kudos to you guys for doing that.
Well, our pleasure, because it's a real treat. People love Titan.
Yep.
And they put on an amazing show, and so will Michelle Ryder, and her music is amazing. So it's an easy thing to do from our perspective because people love it.
Well, and here's what I can promise you. If you didn't see Titan last year, you're in for a treat. Because
Yes.
Dave Roberts is,
Ah.
I can't say enough about Dave Roberts. He's one of my all-time heroes, and Bruce Nelson and the boys. And Miss Ryder will knock your socks off, and Alderney Landing will not disappoint. So thanks a lot for doing this, Pete.
Thank you. Thank you.
RockTheHarbor.ca. Get your tickets. Be there, be square, as they say. And we'll check in with you again soon.
Thank you.
Peace.